Hey everyone, it's Sophia here from Zen Guidance, and I'm back today with another pick a card reading. So today's question will be looking at how people see you when they first meet you. What is the impression that you make upon people when they first meet you? So feel free to pause the video here for a moment. You can just center yourself, take a few deep breaths, just really relax. Okay, we have pile 1, 2, 3 and 4. So go ahead and make your choice. You may be drawn to one pile instinctively already. If you need a little bit more time, this is where you can pause the video, take a few deep breaths, just relax. And then once you've made your choice, you can go to the description box below where you'll find the corresponding timestamps to your chosen pile. If you enjoy the reading, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment as to how it resonates for you. And if you're new here, welcome. Please feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell every time I post a new video, posting new content almost every day or every other day at the moment. So stay tuned. And thank you so much to all of my current subscribers that are still with me. I really appreciate all of you and all of the lovely comments that I receive on a daily basis. They, really do touch my heart, and I really appreciate all of your, support. I just like to show my gratitude to you guys because, it really does mean a lot. So thank you. Okay, group 1, how do people see you? Okay, interesting. You've definitely got this intense energy that comes immediately through here. So I feel like when people meet you, they see that intensity and your emotions. You could be a Pisces, you could have a Pisces rising, or you could just come across a little bit dreamy, intuitive, empathetic and connected to people. Like, people immediately feel this connection to you and almost see that you look like you could be quite a lucky person and somebody who's very passionate. Okay, so we have Shaolin Master, be graceful in movement and action. Spirit Keeper of the South. The Temple Path. Cut his head off there, oh well. And then we have Find the Real You, Know Your Path. Okay, where am I going to put you? Over here. So there's a lot of pink as well as what I'm saying. So I don't know if pink is like a colour you like to wear, or orange or red, but I feel like, you could like quite vibrant colours, or your vibrancy and your personality really shines. And with this obsessed card here, it's like people see that you are when you're interested in something or when you're passionate about something, you will look at every fine detail. You fine tune everything. You could have this Gemini quality in you, but also very much Virgo. Virgo's about the details, and Gemini is about that, is ruled by Jupiter. So the expansion of those ideas. So you could be somebody that likes to share ideas, and because you've got a lot of depth to you, with the Temple Path, with the Moon card, a lot of emotional depth. But you've also got, with the Be Graceful, I feel like you come across in a very demure, kind of graceful way. Whether you are a woman or a man, I'm feeling this kind of divine feminine energy. Like, you come across as very sweet, but charismatic, but somebody who is on the right path. Like, people are really inspired by you and by your authenticity. And it's almost like maybe they saw you in the past that you weren't as authentic, or you didn't appear to be, or come across as very authentic to them. Whereas now it's like you have transformed in a way, and people are starting to see the real you because you're finding yourself and you're moving on that path, but you're letting it be known. But lots of luck. People just see you as just somebody who has it all, who is very lucky, who is passionate and charming. Like, you have this charisma that people are really drawn to. And because of, with this Temple Path, like I said earlier, with this empathetic vibe that I'm getting, you could be a healer, or you could have these healing powers. Maybe you're aware of that, maybe you aren't. You could work within that type of industry, the healing industry, but you could also just be that type of person that people lean on. They like to have you're the shoulder to cry on for them. You're the listening ear. Like, you're a great sort of counselor to your friends or to your family. And I feel like you're one of those people as well that when people are around you, they kind of feel healed by you in a way. It's strange, but you have this grace, but you also take action. So it's like you've got the best of both worlds in such a way. Like, a compromise with that yin yang energy. You know what's good underneath, you're good at observing, but you're also good at taking action. So you do come across as very balanced as well, but, with a lot of intensity and passion. And I feel just, again, this attraction, like Venus energy I'm getting here. So it could be a Libra, could again have Libra rising, just came for me, or again, Gemini. Yeah, that's really coming through quite strong, but just this beautiful to look at and a beautiful soul. So, people see that in you, but they also see that you've got a way to go and that you are on your path and you haven't reached some kind of destination and you're still trying to figure yourself out. But people really admire that about you, that you are always evolving and growing as a person, and your tenacity and your drive towards your goals, even bordering on that obsession. But it's energy, the energy that you have. People are like, how on earth do you manage to do so much? And but it's because you've got this innate drive in you to be passionate and obsessed with what you are into. This really comes out when you go for something that you're passionate about, or you work in an industry that you enjoy and that your heart and your soul connect to, something that where you can be creative and sort of lead. A strong leader position I've got here as well, but a lot of fairness. Honestly, people, nothing bad here whatsoever. Sometimes you may be a little bit closed off. It might be the only thing. Emotionally, you might sort of keep things to yourself, even though people feel like they can share things with you. But you may not be so readily available to share your own emotional things, or, people, again, this is what people are perceiving, not necessarily what is true, but there is this like mysteriousness, and maybe they think that you're holding things back when you may not be, or maybe you are. But definitely they still feel comfortable enough to be able to open up to you and talk to you and be inspired by you. So yeah, beautiful reading. I love this for you, group 1. If this resonates with you, please let me know down in the comments. I would love to know how it does. And subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. I am available for private readings as well at this time, so if you'd like one, you can check the description box below for all of that information on how you can get one. You'll also find my social media links there too, so you can click on the links if you want to follow me over there on Facebook or Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Okay, group 2. Okay, so group 2, how people see you. So very interesting. You're a very interesting person, that's for sure. People see you as like abundant, okay? As somebody maybe who's quite lucky, who has, a lot of wealth or has accumulated wealth. But I do feel like this wealth has come from a period of financial unrest, like things were disrupted maybe for you at one time. It's like you could have gone through some financial hardship, but it's like you've climbed a huge mountain, and people can see that, and people may have seen your struggles at one time, and saw the stress. Like you can come across as a little bit stressed at times, or mentally, there's this unrest in you, and but you could be a teacher, okay, with the 3 of Pentacles. But it may have been something, I feel like this is almost like a karmic lesson. There's something big that you've learned, and it's really shining through, and it's like, again, something almost maybe karmic as well. So I feel like with the soulmate card, and then we've got the number 11 here as well with cornucopia. Again, people feel there is like this divine timing and things, like people see you as quite lucky, but also like you just have an abundance of like financial wealth, of love in your life. Like you could be with somebody that, looks like they're your soulmate. Again, this may not be the truth or how it actually feels, but this is how it looks. So you could almost make that's how it appears to people, is that you're with your soulmate, or also that when they meet you, they feel an instant connection with you. Like you just have this way with people where you can connect on almost a level of where you've been vulnerable and you've been in pain. I'm getting this, with this medicine guardian here, that you could have this healing nature. You could be a doctor. You could be somebody who works holistically with medicine, or, food medicine. Something along those lines where you're sort of helping people, even with diet plans, maybe holistic diet, or sort of the conventional weight loss diet, or something along those lines, where you are like, you're doing something physical, I feel like, and and that really helps people. And it's like they can see that you've had a struggle and that you've worked your way up to a certain point, and that's why you're very relatable. People can understand your struggle, and they understand that it takes vulnerability to show that and to conquer. So it's like there's a lot of strength in you, you know, with the white buffalo, you know, full of strength and vigor and determination and resilience. So it's like that they see that you have been knocked back, but you just keep on going. Like your energy and your intentions, you know, they are magnified in the way that you come across. Okay, no. You know, your intentions and your abilities to push forwards, even when you feel you've been knocked down multiple times, you keep getting back up. You do not stay down. And that is something that people really respect in you. And the intelligence, there's a lot of intelligence, which I feel like is what can cause some anxiety here and can cause a bit of stress. It's almost like trying to find that channel of channeling this intelligence. You know, some people that are ultra intelligent like you, or again, how people are perceiving you as being so intelligent, it can cause some other issues, because it's like this. I feel like there's almost like a constant need to learn new things, which can be a struggle sometimes when you know, with following, you're amazing at following through, but it's like you learn things quite quickly and then you may get bored at times, or you might get a little bit stressed in some manner, and then, you know, you want to throw in the towel, but you never do. You just keep on going regardless, and then you move on to something new and you acquire a new skill. And then with the extend and deepen your love, overflowing love, and then the soulmate card, you've got this way about you. I just feel like you've got this very kind nature. You've got a sweet soul. So you've got that right balance, okay, between this sort of tough, you may have this sort of tough exterior, but again, you don't seem to, but you've got so much, so there's like this tough exterior, but then there's this really sweet inside. And I feel like you're maybe just learning how to show that. You may have sort of blocked that off, or you may sort of thought that, you know, by showing that vulnerable side to you was a weakness. But I feel like you may have come to a place where you think, no, it's not a weakness. It's okay to be vulnerable sometimes, and that helps you to connect, because when you open up to somebody, they are more inclined to then open up to you, because you've both been vulnerable. You know, if somebody never ever opens up or shares anything, you know, the other person may not feel as comfortable to then open up on their side. So it's got to be a two-way thing. But, you know, I definitely get this sense of, you know, right place, right time, but also that, like, you deserve all of this. You deserve everything you've got because you've worked hard for it and you've studied. I feel like you've studied for a long time, or that you will always want to continue to study and to keep learning, because it's like you need to keep your mind occupied. You need to keep your mind busy, otherwise it's you know, it just goes round in circles. And again that's how people see maybe a little bit of restless energy, but the way that you channel it is in such a productive and strong way, but also utilizing, you know, your education, utilizing even the holistic side of things, your caring nature, and it really just comes together and it unites people. You could even be somebody that is like, you could be a counselor of some kind, or a healer, or like a relationship coach, or somebody that actually brings people together. I feel like there's something to do with this connection, this soulmate connection. So again, for some of, again, this is a general reading, so for some of you, this may be, you know, again, how you come across the person that you're with appears to be your soulmate, like you just look like the perfect power couple. But for others of you, it may be down to, like I said, there's this bringing together of people. You can even be like just a good matchmaker. You're just like a social person that is good at connecting in some way. Okay, let me know in the comments down below if that resonated for you, and give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be notified every time I post a new video. I am available for private readings at this time also, so if you'd like one, please look in the description box below for all of that information there. You'll also find my social media links to Instagram and Facebook, so feel free to click on those to go ahead and follow me over there. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, Group 2. Take care. Okay, Group 3. Okay, so group 3. So I feel like, people, remember this is how people see you, and this is a generalized reading, so not everything may apply. But with the Judgment card and the Knights, be brave and honest, I feel like you could work in sort of law enforcement, law. You could be, a solicitor, a policeman, or work within the services in some kind. But I do get that sense that you could work with the balancing out and creating fairness. But I also feel like with the Five of Cups here reversed, like you could be somebody that's dealing with something that happens. Like you could be dealing with like the breakdown of people's emotions in some way. I feel like you're somebody that is like really great on the scene of like an accident, whether or not you actually do that within your work. I feel like you are that person that, because you are able to emotionally detach here with the Eight of Cups. You could be a Pisces, Cancer, or a Scorpio that I'm seeing here. But I do feel with the emotional detachment, that could be sort of Aquarius energy or sort of air-like energy coming through here. There is something to do with this split as well. So for some of you, it might have, you could have been going through some kind of familial split, or you may not be that close to your friends and family. And this could just be a momentary thing. Could be a transitional period that some of you are going through right now. Or for others, this just could be that you have this kind of distant vibe about you, and this kind of Lone Ranger. Like, I feel like very much you're a free spirit. Like, you just do what you want to do. You follow your own path. I see with all this purple as well here, you could like the color purple, like to wear it or like get around the house, or, this can be in relation to your third eye chakra. So I think you're very intuitive, and people see that, like you probably just get things right all the time. Like you're always the first one to maybe get the answer right to something if you're doing like a quiz or whatever. Not that you seem to be the most social, just being honest here for some of you. But I feel like you definitely are somebody that like just gets it right. You listen to your gut and you go with it, and people really admire that about you, because you don't sort of let other people's opinions get you down. And I think that's partly why you decide to move solo more of the time, because if maybe people have brought you down in the past, past sort of pain or betrayal, or people just not being supportive, or people judging you in some way, and you just rather do your own thing, and the less people that you have around you, the less people you have to judge what you're doing. So you just kind of go at it alone, because you know what you want, and you are brave and you're honest. And that's the other thing. I feel like you can have this kind of bluntness or this cutthroat vibe to you, where you just say what you think with no filter at times, and that can rub people up the wrong way, and it's not that you're doing it maliciously, but it may just be like you just rather be upfront and honest. Like, I just feel like you don't have time for bull, you don't have time for fakery of any kind. You just don't engage with it. You don't let yourself get emotional about that. I just feel like you're very wise, and people see that. People see that you are wise and that you have this knowledge. I feel like you've acquired, and maybe even from sort of your ancestors or your family connections. There could be this likeness to a family member of yours. Like, you could have been following in similar footsteps in some form or another, even if it seems like it's polar opposite to what they might be doing. It may still be along those lines. I keep getting Aries as well coming up. I don't know why, because I'm not seeing, there's no card in relation to Aries here, but I'm just seeing this kind of Mars energy, this fieriness, like this this ambition and drive in you, and you just keep going. Okay, you're very sort of strong and resilient, and if you're not aware of these sort of, I feel like you do have psychic abilities, and people are seeing that, because that's what I feel like that's true. So if you're not aware of this, potentially this talent or this gift that you have, I mean, we all have the ability to be psychic. It's just whether we choose to tune into it or not. And some people are, of course, more naturally in tune rather than others, and some people need an epiphany in order to become in tune. So, it's totally up to you, but it seems to me like that's working in perfect working order, and you're following that light, you're following your own path, and you're doing what it is you want with honesty, and with wisdom and with knowledge, and you're not letting anybody get in your way. You're not letting even this family situation get you down. You're just going on your own path, and I feel like there's only one way. You're moving forwards. you may sort of come to a crossroads at times. You may feel like there are, almost like you've got lots of options though as well. I feel like you'd be very good at a lot of different things. And again, you're trying to kind of narrow down which is the best direction, but I feel like you are moving more towards something, or people are sort of seeing you move towards something in particular. You know, even though you may feel on the inside like you've got lots of other things you could do, you seem to be moving more so in one direction rather than anything else. People are intrigued by you. They are very, very curious because you don't give much away. And when you do speak, you speak with eloquence, you speak with intelligence, with wisdom, and you are honest in your communication. But you may not share much about your sort of personal life. You don't, again, get emotionally involved in things, well, especially when you first meet people. This is their first impression of you. Okay, it doesn't mean that, again, it's the truth. But it does come across, you can be quite closed off, but you'll be honest when you need to be. But also quite fair. But with the Judgment card, you come across as somebody who's not interested in gossiping, and just kind of wants to, like, you're very selective about who you open up to. Okay, so this is just the general vibe that people get. So I think that you'll let very few people in, but you won't let a vast amount of people in. So people will only see sort of surface level, but they still get some interesting vibes from you. They still are intrigued and find the mysteriousness to you. They want to work you out. They want to see sort of what's underneath, what's going on. Why are you so detached? Why are you closed off? And also it's like people want to pick your brain, because like I said, you've got a lot of, wisdom, a lot of knowledge you have acquired in some particular area maybe, or multiple areas. And people like to have these conversations, they want to unpick it, but it's almost like they're hitting a wall. I feel like they kind of hit a brick wall and they're not able to actually break that down. And it's like, because you're in this protective place, again, they see it's like you're protecting your wisdom, you're protecting your knowledge, and yourself ultimately. If this resonated with you, please give the video a thumbs up and leave a comment as to how it does resonate for you. And if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I post a new video. I am available for private readings at this time also, so if you'd like one, please look in the description box below for all of that information there. You'll also find my social media links to Instagram and Facebook, so feel free to follow me over there too. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Take care. Okay, group 4. Okay, group 4, very interesting how people see you. So we have the Strength card here, which is the card of Leo. So you could be a Leo, but you could also, your rising sign could be a Leo, your Venus, your Mercury, any of the inner planets. If they're in Leo, I feel like that's definitely coming through here, and almost like you are the star of the show. And almost like, but you want to be seen, but you do things very well. There's a charm about you. With this King of Cups, like, you're very open emotionally. You're not closed off whatsoever, and people really love that about you. But it may sometimes border into a little bit of delusion here. Sometimes with the 7th chakra reversed, that's a disconnection from higher forces. With the ancient forests, and the Druid hold the space. I'm feeling this is very earthy as well. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, a lot of sort of those greens, those rich browns, the wood, the leaves. I'm feeling very grounded type of energy. And even in this card as well, divine love and peace, be tranquil. I look at that and I'm seeing like leaves, like palm type of leaves. So green and represents the heart chakra as well. So they definitely see your heart. I think you're a person that wears your heart on your sleeve. Like I said, you're very open. You don't hold back when it comes to your emotions, but you are still I feel like you're quite a quiet person in some ways. There's a bit of a mix, and maybe this is how different people see you. Maybe you have different ways of showing yourself to different people at times. But you definitely come across as somebody who's calm, emotionally stable. No. But you do come across as somebody who is relaxed, calm, who is at peace with themselves, and almost like so confident with themselves. That's why they're able to be open and honest, because I feel like there may have been a time when you had to hide yourself Like you didn't feel like you could communicate your truth. You didn't feel like you could be honest. And I feel like this could have something to do with this seventh chakra, which is reversed. You know, this is connection to higher forces, spirituality, religion. You know, so there could be this, or even this part of your life that you don't share, or that you haven't shared. And maybe this is something that you have only just unveiled or opened up to people, you know, whether that's sort of to a big group of people via, you know, technology, or whether this is to friends and family. And that part is almost a bit of a mystery to people. They get a little bit confused, but they also see your drive for money. Like you kind of appear to be money hungry, but not in a negative way. You don't seem, you're not a person that will tread on people to get what they want, but you are a go-getter, and when you see money, you are going towards it, and people see that, and almost like that you're ascending into this place where you are financially stable, and also like this feeling of being wiser beyond your years. You could have come across like you're older, you know, more mature, and I don't mean in looks, I mean, you know, in spirits, you know, and mentally and emotionally. You know, you've got this maturity about you, you know, with the king as well, lots of mature energy and this ability to stand still, okay, and to be silent. I think you have this great ability to observe, but also to take action. So there's a nice mix, you know, of how you come across to people. You know, you come across with passion and charm. You come across like you are a go-getter. You go for what you want. You're going for that money. You're open emotionally. You're true to yourself. You're peaceful. You're wise beyond your years. But there's just that something there. Let me know in the comments how that might resonate for you in this particular area, because yeah, there is this, you know, but potentially you could have been betrayed as well. People may have seen you've been betrayed, but you've not let it get you down in some way, or you've not let it disconnect you from reality. You know, or you have now connected back with your spirituality, or, you know, your religion or something like that. I feel like that's taken a bit of a turnaround, but it definitely is something that you have hidden to the majority of people when they first meet you. And you appear to have a lot of drive, okay, and determination. But again, you come at it from a peaceful angle. You know, you could be somebody that is quite philanthropic. And I'm getting a strong Aquarius vibe here as well. You know, we do have Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and of course we have Air, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. But I feel like there's, you know, the humanitarian aspects to you as well. You could be somebody that likes animals, or likes saving, you know, the ocean, or something along those lines. Like you know, you like being out in nature. You know, could even come across as a little bit hippie to some people. I'm also getting the sense that there's like, you could even have quite long hair is what I'm getting. And that's the first real visual I've got actually out of the other readings. Feel free to go back and look at the other ones. But I do feel for you, I'm getting like, whether you've got long hair or thick hair, curly hair, or even like a beard. If you're a man, if you're a woman, you know, who cares? Live your best life. But I'm definitely getting the sense like you've got this wildness to you, like, you know, the tiger in this card, like this untamed quality. And it's like people want to try to tame you, and try to control you and hold you back, but there is no stopping you. And so it's almost like people don't really want to mess with you, because there's like the calm before the storm. I feel like you could be quite calm most of the time. It's like 90% of the time it's all sort of under the surface, okay? But when you go, okay? You bite. You are a fiery person, and you won't take any shit from anybody, quite honestly. And I almost feel like you could have like an army of people as well. Like you have a lot of supportive people around you is what I'm seeing. Even if you don't realize it, I feel like you're like the pioneer. You know, you're the one that paves the way for people, and that's like people tend to follow your lead and your path. You are like a natural born leader. You know, but you're one of those leaders that comes at it from a place of peace and calm and balance, you know, and being emotionally open and being honest. And so naturally, people just want to follow you. So yeah, another great... So yeah, I think that was amazing how people see you. So I hope you enjoyed that. And if it resonated for you, please leave a comment as to how it did. And give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. I am available for private readings at this time, so if you'd like one, you can check the description box below for all of that information there. You'll also find in the description box my social media links to Instagram and Facebook, so if you'd like to follow me over there, please feel free to click on those links. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Take care.